think back about all the years that we did the women's triathlon, from the very beginning it was building. There was no question about that. The memories, being at Kelso when it was dark, opening it up, hoping that the athletes would come, nervous about safety, concerned that your volunteers will be in place at the right moment at the right time, hoping it won't rain. I don't mind telling you, 2 weeks before the event, we had only 18 registrants. But we didn't give up. We just forged ahead. And on race day, there were 77 ladies. Who won in the category of 60 plus? Who won in the category of 12 plus? Just imagine that range of ladies, all under the same umbrella of wanting to do something. And how many ladies did we see over the space of 19 years? I don't know. Quite a few. Some of them went on to do bigger and better things. They went to do international championships. Some of them went to Ironman events where they won. Actually, someone once said to me, he said, why do you do them? I mean, you know, what makes you? I said, because they're fun and they're challenging and you know, it's a great pleasure to come out and do these things. Being a builder is being anxious and then being joyous after 2 hours of total anxiety. And then to stand there and have the privilege of congratulating the winners. Those are the memories that go through my mind. Those are the things I think about now as I ride my bike. I took the liberty of inviting a couple of my friends to join me on this adventure of interviewing and making this video. So I'm expecting them any minute. In fact, here they come now. Hey, so I'm so glad you could come and help me out with this. This is monumental. This is beyond my area of expertise. Oh my goodness.
Mine too.
Oh, let's go on in. It is too humid out here with all the growing. You won't be going home without. You're asking me what my gateway into triathlon was, and actually it was running. I love to run. I enjoyed running, and I'd had a little bit of success. So I was looking for a little bit more physical activity. There was this triathlon thing. I knew how to swim, I knew how to ride a bike, and I knew how to run. And away we went. We went to find a triathlon, and we did. We ended up in Eden Mills, and you might be surprised, Eden Mills doesn't have a lake anymore, so that's a big shock. And from there, when we were driving home from Eden Mills, we drove by Kelso. And my husband looked out the window and he said, that's where I want to be. At Kelso, doing a triathlon in 1985. And he did. And that's how it all began. How I got into women's triathlon was by, I'm going to say osmosis or something of that nature, just by sheer luck, I guess. It was suggested by one of our friends that perhaps my husband could organize a triathlon for women only, since he had experience. But he had been diagnosed with Parkinson's, and rather than let the idea go, I went with it. But you don't do anything like that on your own. And so we had good friends, came and helped us and helped us put it all together. Sue Leader, who was like volunteer extraordinaire. We did this event, Women's Triathlon, for 19 years, 19 consecutive years, which is pretty impressive. And then we got Claudia, who helped us dispense, or who helped us choose what to do with any monies that we made. Claudia, you can expound on that.
That was our theme, empowering young girls to be strong, smart, and bold. So we were a perfect match with strong, smart, and bold women. And part of our programming was physical exercise as well as programs in the school. And everything just sort of meshed together. We all had the same goals about empowering women and starting at a very young age. Our program started at age 7. We were able to supply these programs in schools for thousands of girls in Halton at no cost to parents. All our programming was free.
We also gave to the Milton Marlin swim team. We needed someone to help with volunteering, and we said, okay, you volunteer and do this and this, and we'll help you get, I can't remember what we,
Yeah,
but
they volunteered in exchange for money. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So, you know, that was another win-win, and it was
It was a community event.
a community event. It wasn't just about the event itself. It was about all the people that were involved. We did clinics.
Yeah.
Because the women were nervous. They didn't want to do a tri-sport event, a multi-sport event. All three are substantially difficult and challenging, but we encouraged them and we said, okay, let's make some clinics.
Yeah, we had people that helped with swimming, and Spokes and Slopes came. They helped with the cycling, and we helped with the running. So it was just a little bit of just tweaking a little bit to help them in their efforts.
When did I reach to the decision that I wanted to dedicate
So much time.
so much time to triathlon? You know, it isn't really a difficult thing to say. If you do something challenging, and when you finished your challenge and you've worked for that challenge and you come away with joy, why wouldn't you want that again?
And the joy of empowering the women that were standing next to you, and having young people see what that kind of friendship and devotion.
Wow, how was Milton special? Well, the first thing I'd say that Milton was special is that we had Kelso. That goes without saying. I really think if someone asked me specifically, I would think it's one of the best venues for the sport of triathlon I've ever seen in Southern Ontario. How did we make the event female friendly?
We spent a lot of time on the phone. So this is this is before text and email and that. So a lot of many phone calls. The clinics helped just give the women a little bit more confidence in their running or their swimming or their cycling. We would allow them to have swim buddies. So if you can picture out at Kelso, they'd have to do like a 500-meter swim or a 250-meter swim. If they didn't feel like they were 100% confident, we would have one of our strong swimmers swim alongside them. Amenities for the females, you know.
I remember flowers, don't you?
Flowers, yeah, flowers.
Everybody would get a flower at the end of. Everybody got a finishing medal, everybody got a flower, and the ladies all had smiles. How hard was it to convince Kelso to have a triathlon? I'm going back to 1985 when Ed went over there, and with all great enthusiasm, he went over. He says, I want to hold a triathlon here. The first question out of their mouth was, well, what's a triathlon? So he sat down, he said, well, I'll explain it all to you. And so he explained that we do this, and then we swim, and then we bike, and we run. People really do that? Yeah, he said, they do. Well, do you think you'll have a lot of people coming? He said, yeah, I think it will be well received. Well, we'll think about it. Come back next week. So they thought about it. The final result was, yes, they would permit it, provided that you didn't leave a mess.
We all volunteered with Girls Inc. And we actually had friends who would bring friends. I had a girl on my board of directors, a woman, and they were in their 70s at that time. And she brought her 2 friends from Oakville. But anyway, and he was a wonderful guy, 6'4", and he stood at that barbecue for like 4 hours. And I guess he got home, and his stomach was burnt, like red hot from standing at the barbecue all morning. So his wife, Connie, phoned me, and I said, oh, that's really too bad. but it's a good thing he wasn't any taller.